Right, it's been a while, but we're doing a chuck change today, and we're doing it the hard way because we've got one of the teeth missing. So it's not able to grip anything. You've probably seen videos where people put big Allen keys in and hit them with hammers and that sort of stuff, but you can't do any of that if you've got one of the teeth missing. It's got nothing to grab. So we're going to do this slightly differently, and you've probably seen me do these and lots of other people do these as well. So what we'll do then, there is still a screw in there, and we should be able to get to that. So first thing we'll do is we'll get a flat head. On Makitas, they're generally flat heads. We'll pop it in here, and they're actually left-handed threads, so it'll be righty-loosey. So struggling actually to get that in. I'll try a smaller one in a second, but just actually getting it in the groove is not proving easy. So I'll grab another one, see if we can get that in there. If not, we'll just chop the top off here and go from there. And yeah, we can't get that one in either. So for some reason, the flathead screw down there is almost flat at the top. It's got something in it, basically. Bit of dirt, but you can't really get to that easy enough to pick that out. It's not a problem, though. Doesn't matter too much because we're doing it this way anyway. But a little bit annoying. So what we'll do is we're going to cut it down there just above that screw so that we can then see the top of it and potentially get it out. And if you use something like this, you can actually see how deep it is. So that's how deep that is. So we can go that far down without damaging any of the lower thread, if you like, or touching anything beneath that screw head. So what we'll do is actually keep it safe and go slightly above that. So in theory, I could have gone halfway, but I'm going to go a bit less. So these chop all the way around. So it's plastic on the outside and then metal just beneath. So keep going. Okay, I like to give it a rest every now and then because it does make a lot of heat, and the heat does spread right the way through the machine. You can see it smoking out the end as well. So this is always the first step if you're going to have to use a grinder, basically chopping that head off. If you can't get the screw out, the second step is going to be screwing or grinding just beneath that screw head. Nearly there. There we go. Right, so you can start hopefully to see that screw just underneath there. So that'll be the next bit. That whole plastic now will just come away. You can pick that up, pull it upwards, and it'll just come off. So let's have a look then at this screw. See what's going on. You can see it there on a focus. It just appears to have a little bit of dirt in, and it's almost not got a gap halfway through, so it's a bit weird. So you can see I can't get that in there. Just need to get a thinner one, or we'll hammer one in. Now, luckily, I got the Milwaukee Advent Calendar at Christmas, and it's got this one. So you can hammer the end of this one in. So I've got a bigger Milwaukee one, but this one is a pretty good size, actually. So what we'll do is we'll get it in there, give it a little tap or two. And that should clear that out, or at least make it the right size. Got some spare screws like that if it's a problem. Good close-up of the grip there, that's what you need. So we'll get that out. You can see I'm turning it to the right, hopefully, to loosen it. Say it's a left-handed thread. That'll just come out. In the end. There we go. focus in, and there's the annoying thing. So what I could have done really is do that at the beginning, so not a problem. But what I'm going to do then is see what else I can do here without going too far. So annoyingly this isn't engaging, so I'm not able to keep this still. So I'm not going to be able to just smash this off even at this point. Those Allen keys there, the star bits, basically the star ones fit perfectly in this. So I could have done that, that's another option you see here. But annoyingly it just spins, so I'm not going to be able to do that either. So I'm going to have to go the nuclear option again and actually get this off all the way with a grinder. So next bit down, we're just going to take a little bit more off just to show the top of where that screw was. I'm doing this quite carefully and in little bits, because what I don't want to do is go too far. If you go too far, you obviously can't put the metal back. There we go, a little bit closer in then. You can see where that star bit could fit, but it is a little bit like cheese anyway, so as soon as you start doing that, it just all disappears anyway, so it's worth a go, but certainly wouldn't work anyway in this case. Now what I'm doing is just drawing an area for your benefit really that I'm not going to go past. So if you imagine the threads are just beneath here, and I've exaggerated a little bit there, but basically don't go any further in than that or you'll start cutting the threads and this will be useless. So go down one side as close to that really as you can. The aim here with this one is actually to start exposing those threads, and potentially actually what you want is a tiny little nick just down one side of those threads. And you're going to have to go all the way through actually on at least one side so that you can then knock this off. No other way to do it, unfortunately. Okay, so hopefully you can see that there, but I'll show you a different angle. So you can start, if you can see that with the light, to see those little lines that go across. That's basically the threads that I'm starting to expose. That's what I need, that's what you want at this point. So we'll get it back in the vise and we'll keep going. Not far off now, fairly simple. Just take a little bit off in a different angle. There we go, and you basically just keep working away at this until you've got something that you can then knock off without ruining the threads. So worst case is you cut straight through that thread actually and you can see through it. Done that a few times. And then you just have to replace the whole thing annoyingly. So you can do a few methods. You can do this where I'm just removing a little bit of material at a time. You do those big cuts into it. But I say all you're doing is exposing one side of it. And I get it's a cylinder, but one of those little sides, loosening up one of the others, and then you can just knock it off. So not the prettiest thing in the world, but that's a good view. Nearly there. Okay. So I think we're nearly ready. We can start trying to tap this off. So what helps if you've got some sort of anvil plate type thing. I've got one on the vise here. If not, you could you can use something on your workstation. You could actually do it in the vise like this. I'll show you that in a minute. So I've just taken a bit more off. And in theory, if you look down that hole there, the screw actually goes into that next bit. So you've got a good few mil actually there I can still take off. You see the wider bit in that hole? can actually go that low before this is anywhere near the top. So I won't be touching any threads at that point. So we take a little bit more off there. The more you remove, the easier this is to actually knock it off. Takes a bit of extra strength off it. So we'll whack that off. There we go. You can start to see a little bit better there. That's the top where the screw goes in. So we just now need to get a little bit more off, and then we can knock this off. Appreciate it's quite a long process, this. You just got to be really careful. Otherwise you need a new gearbox. They don't really sell all of these separately. A lot of the time they are sort of £18–90, so not worth it on most drills. There we go. So chop that off, get that side off. We'll whack that off with a screwdriver. There we go. Right, and I can see the edges of the threads there. So this is what I meant. Give it a good whack on some sort of anvil plate like this, and you can start to see the threads even more there. You see the separating, hopefully. And if this was gripping at the minute, I could just get some grips and turn that. But unfortunately you can't, because it just keeps spinning. So here, try and play the angles if you like, because it is spinning. Knock what you can off and go from there. There we go, finally. And that isn't too bad, is it? So I'll show you the good side, obviously. There's a little nick on the other side, but that's got quite a lot to grip to, which is good. So pleased with that. And then at the top you can see there, that's where it's slightly nicked, but it's not a problem. Still got plenty to grip to. So what we'll do then, we'll get the new one out. Should we put a DeWalt one on here? That'll annoy a few people, won't it? What do you reckon? Would you be annoyed if you had a DeWalt chuck on your Makita drill? Let's whack it on. Nah, doesn't look right, does it? So we'll put a replacement one on. These are just generic ones. It's not going on actually as I'd like, so what I'm going to do is redo the threads on here. Just so I can get this further down. And I did actually take a little bit of plastic off the bottom, so generally if you can leave that on, leave it on, but if you cut it, it's a little bit annoying. You basically take it off. But you can see there, probably at the bottom, there's a few extra mil. Not too keen on that. So what I'm going to do is do those threads a little bit more so I can get that all the way down. Because one side was basically flattened off, it's causing me difficulty getting any further. But just to show you the process, that's what you do. You get it on there, you get your screw, this one or a new one. I'll probably pop a new one in here, just because this one was annoying, and pop it on. Also what I normally do is put a bit of Loctite around the threads. So I'm not doing it here because I'm going to go and redo those threads. But what I'll do is pop it all around the threads, pop the screw in here, and that's it. Simple as that. So it doesn't take too long, but it is quite risky, this. If you ever have to do this, worth practicing on an old one if you've got one, and then trying it for real on your nice one. Otherwise it could be quite expensive if you go too far. So that's it. That's the process. New one on there. So I'm going to get it down a couple more mil, I think. But that's it. It's not the end of the world if you break your chuck. Normally it's easier than this, but this is just the option if the teeth are broken.